You ever just see a main character in an ecchi anime and just think, bro, just stay strong. Like bro is out here fighting for his life, surrounded by beautiful women, walking on the thinnest line between heaven and pure disaster. One wrong move, bam, slapped into next week. One wandering thought, boom! Nosebleed so strong he needs a blood transfusion. All the characters on this list just have one thing in common, an iron will. Or at least they try to have one. That's right, we're exploring the top 10 ecchi anime where the main character is trying ever so hard to hold it in. Before we begin, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, spoilers ahead. And at number 10 we have So I Can't Play H. For a young adult still exploring his desires and preferences in girls, losing your lecherous perverted spirit could be a big deal. Lazara, a grim reaper from another world, on a mission tricks the main character of the series, Ryosuke, into forfeiting his perverted spirit to her to use as a power source. She even reveals to him his imminent death in 3 months' time. Although she tricks him at first and takes from him what he values the most, his sleaziness. As a dumb teenager that doesn't know any better living by his own chivalrous values, he always rushes to save her in her time of need. And since this is a freaking ecchi, we can guarantee that this won't be the only girl in the series that has an eye on him, that's for sure. And at number 9 we have Majikoi. Oh, samurai girls. This is what happens when you mix a smart tactician aka Yamato that will do anything for his friends with a battle-hardened One-san type goddess aka Momoyo. Now Momoyo is the kind of battle-hardened warrior that never backs out of a fight, and no matter how tough it is, she just won't budge. However, put her in an easy fight and you can already see the frustration on her face. And this could mean one thing, turning Yamato's life to a living hell. You see, Momoyo has a knack of teasing Yamato to release her frustration and boredom, either by perving around him or by just teasing him into a fight with her. And even though she realizes later on her feelings towards him, she still never gives the poor chap a break and still teases him, making his life a living hell. Yamato isn't any better, however. Surrounded by girls from all sides, this guy's libido is worse than that of a rabbit in heat. So you better not fall for his innocent looks, cause he is far from it. Coming in number 8 is Princess Lover. Talk about scoring the jackpot. I mean, he did lose his parents in order to gain that jackpot, but a win is a win. This main character overnight became one of the wealthiest people in the country thanks to his grandfather and was enrolled in one of the most prestigious schools in Japan and engaged to a bombshell of a woman called Sylvia van Hossen. Even her name speaks magnitude of her nobility and class. And not just that, she is best friends with a princess nonetheless, and he has access to it all. All of that now. Just imagine the fun this guy is going to have with these two. Why bother imagining? Just watch the uncensored OVA. And coming in at number 7 is Noreen. Just imagine if one day you just went into your boring class with your boring classmates and they wanted to have yet another boring lesson. Only this time, it's not boring anymore. Want to know why? Because your biggest celebrity crush transferred to your school and is a student in your class now. Kosaku Hata, the self-proclaimed #1 fan of the national idol Ringo Kinoshita, gets to live that fantasy daily now after Ringo transferred to his agriculture school. Oh, now it's a chance to either let his lecherous feelings and perverted attitude out, or he could actually get to know her better and discover who Ringo really is under all that celebrity glam and lights. Let's just see what choices he decides to pick, the fun one or the safe one. Coming in at number 6, we have Yuna in the Haunted Hot Springs. Oh boy. In this anime, Fuyuzora Kogoyashi is a powerful sidekick that is always broke and looking for a place to live that is somewhat affordable for him. What better place to choose than the Haunted Hot Springs he has been hearing rumors about all the time? The ghost was advertised to be a highly malicious and bound to the same room he is staying in nevertheless. However, as he prepares to end the ghost and exorcise it, he discovers that for starters, she isn't malicious, and 2, she is hot as hell with the only thing that she recalls about her life being her name, Yuna. And as every harem ever, you can't just have a harem with only one girl, you need much more than that. Enter the other 4 girls, each with a unique art style and the usual generic harem personalities. You got the kurere, the tsundere, the shy maid, and the lolly, etc. And like any good harem, they all have it bad for the main character. Oh, and did I mention that there is a lot of bathtub and hot spring scenes? Coming in at number 5 is Mayo Chiki. Having a harem anime about a guy that fears woman sounds weird, right? However, that's just the life of Kinjiro Sakamachi, After developing a trauma and a resilient body because of his mother and sister that are wrestling fans that spent their time experimenting on him and using him as their training stuffed toy, the poor guy just can't handle being around women to the point that a single touch can have him fainting on the floor with a nosebleed. However, some events take place in the school's restroom that could mark a new beginning for the poor guy. Coming in at number 4 is Desert Punk. Nothing better than the post-apocalypse to bring out all the perverts and criminals to the surface. In this lawless version of Japan, life has taken a darker turn for the worse, and civilization as we know it was all but wiped out. Those that remained preyed on the weak, but they all feared one thing in the desert: the ghost lying in wait there. Desert Punk, which is the codename for the main character in the series, a deadly assassin that doesn't say no to any mission, no matter how hard. At first, he seems to be invincible and unkillable. Well, he is, until you figure out his weakness, that is, aka Junko Asagiri, a skilled assassin that flaunts her hot body around Desert Punk to lure him into her traps and manipulate him. And just like any bastard with no restraint, he falls for it every single time. You think he'd learn his lesson? I wouldn't either. Coming in at number 3 is Heaven's Lost Property. Tomoki Sakurai is a guy who always woke up with tears filling his eyes because of a dream about some sort of angel. His friend Sohara Mitsuki decides to seek help from an expert at the sky matters by the name of Aishiro Sugata. One day, while observing in the sky the anomaly that scientists couldn't explain called the New World, every young teen's wet dream came true, as a hot red-headed angel descended from the sky right in front of Tomoki and suddenly called him Master. Why this happened? Beats me. Who is she? Not a damn clue. The only way to discover that is by watching the series yourself and enjoy what angelic beauty this series has to offer, as it doesn't hold back when it comes to the ecchi scenes. And of course, it's not an ecchi unless it has those iconic staple bath scenes. And at the runners-up of today's list, we have My Dress-Up Darling. Yeah, I know what you guys are gonna say. We all watched it. We all liked it. We all have a crush on Marine Kitagawa. And me personally, I love her personality. Yeah, that's what I love about her. Anyways. We all know the moment we saw the trailer that this anime was going to be the thirst trap of the season, and we welcomed it with open arms. One thing we didn't expect, however, was the fact that it was more than just a thirst trap and fan service anime. It had volume to it and had character, had fun and sad times, and I genuinely enjoyed it. But even more enjoyed how Gojo-kun had to hold back his perverted thoughts, especially when he is fitting her and taking her measurements in it. That scene was a little too sus. And let's not mention that succubus cosplay incident, because here, unless we want to have a taste of the big old banhammer, let's just stow that away for now, shall we? And the first spot goes to, and probably always will, Golden Boy. Kintaro Oe is a specialist in part-time work, riding all over the highways and byways of Japan on his trusty steed, the Mikazuki 5, and finding employment wherever he can. His adventures bring him knowledge and experience that can't be taught in a classroom. From political corruption to the delicacy of a young woman's heart, Kintaro will meet multiple women and fall for hundreds of his perverted, dirty, uncensored fantasies of the women around him. But the funniest scene for me has to be the toilet scene when he absolutely loses it, imagining the sexy blonde boss on the toilet seat and starts to hug it. Kintaro is so pervy yet such a gentleman, all women that encounter him fall for him head over heels. Golden Boy, as Kintaro quotes, is truly an exciting educational experience. It is by far one of my favorite anime ever for many reasons to come. And yes, the ecchi lewd scenes play a part in this favoritism, but they aren't the entire reason for it. The show has got it all. The action, the crazy out of this world madness, the etchiness, the lewdness, all of it. And Kintaro is just such a goated character. 100% a must-watch anime. Just don't watch it with anyone else. And that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I had fun making it for you. And if you would like to support the channel, you can always become a part of our Patreon and enjoy our exclusive content. And also, if you like this video, be sure to comment down below what you liked about it or what anime you think deserve to be on this list. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And as for now, I'll catch you later. See you in the next one.